Hi, today is the first part of a series. It's a five-part series on telephone systems. So this will cover all aspects of telephony, from the actual systems themselves, through mobiles, through fixed line, through data lines, and then the audio and video conferencing requirements, which are so key in today's world. So first issue which I ask clients to understand is, well, where's the responsibility within their organization? Is this a service or is it a support function? If it's a service, then it really should sit with someone operationally. If it's a support function, then a lot of times it sits with IT, sometimes it sits with finance, and sometimes it sits with IT, which reports into finance. So it just depends on the organization and what your requirements are, but understand who's responsible. And the reason that I say understand who's responsible is because there's lots of bells and whistles nowadays with telephone systems and telephony generally. And it's very easy to get wrapped up in what the latest and greatest gizmo, toy, whatever is that you can have. And actually, if that doesn't, in those famous words, make your boat go faster, if that doesn't get you to where you need to be as a business, then lovely, fantastic feature, but actually not relevant to us. And be sure that whoever's evaluating and wherever the responsibility sits is absolutely clear on that. And if there are features which are being recommended to you as part of this new system that you're going to be paying for from day one, make sure there's a clear implementation plan and there's buy-in from the people who it's going to affect. The message there is really to understand what your requirements are internally, because nowadays telephony is not about having a box on the wall and something on the desk. It's much broader than that. You have soft clients on a computer so that people can sit there with a headset on and they can be typing away. Hugely beneficial, very good for productivity. You can have mobile connections. So when someone rings a single telephone number, it will ring on their desk phone and their mobile. So if they're out of the office, they just pick it up and that's it. They're away from their desk, they can just pick it up. It's very easy. So there's lots of considerations to understand and understand what would be good for your business. Maybe talk to some suppliers and see what they can provide so that you can process that and say, yeah, well, actually, that's a good one, that's not such a good one, and whatever. But ultimately, you need to understand what's right for your organization. And then the two big wins which we see, which come out from reviewing telephony, quite apart from cost. These are wins irrespective of the cost. Number one, the move from capex to opex. So nowadays, a telephone system is very rarely capitalized. People don't buy boxes on the wall. There's a lot of hosted telephony solutions. You don't really need a box on the wall. There's no features that the box on the wall can provide that a hosted solution can't provide. And by going hosted, you move to an OPEX model. Now, if you want CAPEX, of course, you can go CAPEX. You can buy seats up front for a fixed period of time. You're renting space on someone else's server, and that's fine. Or you can buy the boxes on the wall still. They are still made. I question whether you actually need one, though, and the associated costs with maintaining that in terms of the software upgrades, the hardware support, everything that goes with it. You can just wrap all of that up into one OPEX fee a month. And the second win is that you can now have a single provider. Back in the day, you needed a mobile phone provider, you needed a landline provider, you needed someone who would provide you with your data pipes into the business. You don't need that anymore. You can have one company. Oh, and sorry, you also usually had a telephone systems maintainer. So you don't need that anymore. You can have one company that does the whole lot. So that's a lot easier to manage, a lot less complicated. And what you're paying for is the outcome. It's the net result. You don't need to know the technical side of it. It helps maybe at some stages, but it's not key. What you need to know is it going to work with my Microsoft Teams or Google Office infrastructure? And how does it work with those? And then we just get on and we run it. So This is the first session on telephony. I will, as I say, be delving in to the key components, which are telephone systems, mobiles, fixed line, data lines, and then the audio video conferencing piece. But if you'd like to talk about telephony and telephone systems, then I'm Simon Unger. I'm the Chief Executive of the Procurement Group, and I'm available on 077 68 421 901. Thank you.